Hello, my dear Pisces friends. This is Maxine Taylor, and I have your December forecast right here. It is lovely, and I can't wait to share it with you. And before I do that, though, I want to share with you two things that I think might interest you. Many of you have asked me if I was going to offer a special at the end of the year, a holiday special? And the answer is yes. In fact, it's up on my website, MaxineTaylor.com, right now. I'm really excited about this because I'm offering more options than I have before. The first thing I'm offering is a birth chart. And many of you have had me do your chart. You know that I'm going to tell you what's great about you, that there's nothing wrong with you. You're fabulous, just like you are. And I'm going to tell you how to handle any of the aspects that other people might have told you were terrible and horrible, because they're not. This is your story for this incarnation. That's all it is. And you have free will as to how you live your story. When I read your chart, I'm not only going to tell you how special you are, I'm going to share with you the hidden messages you received from parents and family members when you were just a little kid, a teeny baby even, because those messages are reflected in your birth chart as the story for your life. And you'll find it very, very helpful. Okay. Then I'm offering two different forecasts. One is a 6-month forecast. The other is a 12-month forecast. We do have our free will in a birth chart. And the principles described in the forecast also give us an indication of what's happening. And we have our free will as to how we choose to use those aspects. Okay. The beauty of a forecast is that you have a cosmic roadmap, one you can turn to. You know how I give a reading. It's what's right with you. It's how to navigate a difficult time, how long that will last, and what will follow. So a 6-month forecast or a 12-month forecast, once again, at a special price. Then I'm going to be offering 2 sessions I don't believe I've ever offered before. One of them, I have offered them, but this is at the discounted holiday price. One of them is called Your Life's Mission. Every one of us has a mission here on this planet, and everybody wants to know what it is, and I can help you discover it. I've done this for over 45 years, more like 50 years. When you know what your mission is, you're going to say, oh, that's fabulous. I've been doing that all this time. I just didn't know what it was. That mission is the umbrella under which you live your life. It is so thrilling to find out what it is. This is a one-on-one, face-to-face session with me on Zoom. We will be talking to each other, so you get me during this session. And everyone I've worked with just is thrilled with their life's mission. The last session I'm offering is a Take Back Your Life session. This is for the person who is sick and tired of being sick and tired of living the same old story. It's like that movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. In this session, once again, face-to-face with me, okay, on Zoom, I'm going to help you see step by step how your life story was imprinted in you. I'm going to help you release it, and I'm going to help you rewrite it. This session takes about 3 hours. And I've had people tell me it has changed their lives. So those are my offerings. I look forward to working with you. Another thing that you might be interested in, several of you have asked me to mentor you. And I have a mentoring program that it's a one-on-one, it involves a one-on-one session with me every week on Zoom. I send you the video so you have it. Your class is going to be different than somebody else's class because you may be more advanced. Maybe you are ready for forecasting. You know how to do a birth chart, but you need to learn how to forecast. Then we pick up there for you. You might be a total novice and know nothing more than your sun sign. That's where we start together. So no two classes are alike. And you get my undivided attention, as I said. So that too is on my website. Let us look now at this glorious forecast that you have. I'm just crazy about it. First of all, look at the red planet. That's Mars. Mars is action and energy. It's what is number one to you. It's what you fight with and fight for. It's in the ninth house of truth, in the ninth house of your principles, your self-respect, and your honor. It's in the ninth house of higher education, long distance travel, expansion of your mind. And so you're going to want, Mars has been there for a while, and you're going to want to take a stand for your beliefs and principles. I think that's gorgeous. On the 13th, Mars moves into your 10th house of career. And whenever Mars is in your 10th house, you shoot upward like a gunshot, like an arrow. It's an upward movement, not a lateral movement, an upward movement. And my suggestion to you is that you move upward. If you're offered an advancement, go for it. Now you might say, well, I know Mercury is getting ready to go retrograde and Venus is retrograde on the 19th. Yes, there it is, a little note to myself. Venus goes retrograde on the 19th. You're still going to move upward in your career. With Venus retrograde and then Mercury retrograde next month in January, there can be confusion, but that doesn't stop your upward movement. Get it? Okay. This is you moving upward. The sun, the yellow planet, the giver of life, the center of your life, has been in your 10th house. And you have thought of leadership. You're doing well with leaders. There may be one leader that is driving you a little nuts, but you're moving upward. And that may or may not be comfortable for this particular person. You know what I mean? So on the 13th, Mars moves into your 10th house, and that's when you start your upward climb. The sun is in your 10th house, and so the center of your life is your career. It's the limelight. That's where you belong right now. And it's being in a position of leadership. On the 21st, the sun moves into your 11th house of friends, humanitarian causes, and philanthropic groups. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Mercury, what you think about and talk about, is in your 10th house. And so you're really talking about a career move upward. Yes. On the 13th, the same day that Mars moves into your 10th house, Mercury moves into your 11th. And you're thinking about being a friend to everybody. The sun is leadership, and so you are the center of your group or groups. This can be fabulous. It can relate to your career, or it can be separate from your career. But the humanitarian in you is truly activated. It is glorious. Venus, the pink planet, is love. and beauty and money. And wherever Venus is in your chart, that's what you love. Well, I just mentioned Venus is going to go retrograde on the 19th of the month. It is in the shadow of the retrograde right now. And what this means is every planet that goes retrograde has a shadow before it goes retrograde and a shadow after it comes out of retrograde, which means we feel the effects of the eclipse. Excuse me, I said eclipse, I meant the retrograde. I'm looking at the eclipse up here in your 10th house. I'll get to that in a second. This is the high point. With Venus retrograde, it's just like a Mercury retrograde. Everything's confused. So you don't want to start a new project. You want to tie up the loose ends of unfinished business. And we'll talk about that next month even more, okay? So you have all of this exquisiteness right here at the top of your chart, taking a stand for your principles, moving upward into a leadership position, continuing a leadership position with your friends, and loving your friends. There may be a friend with whom you've lost contact. This would be a terrific time to renew the friendship because with Venus retrograde, it's just like a Mercury retrograde. Everything's confused, unsettled. So you're not going to start a new project. You're going to tie up the loose ends of unfinished projects with a retrograde, okay? Now, Jupiter, the great benefic, is sitting right on your solar ascendant. This gives you personal blessings, total personal blessings, more optimism, more dreaminess, more spirituality, more joy than anywhere else in the chart. And so it is absolutely beautiful. Now, on the 4th, we have a new moon. And as you can see, it's a solar eclipse. That's what I was looking at a minute ago. The new moon is when energy starts moving forward. Well, it's in your career house. This is on December 4th. It's in 12 degrees Sagittarius. Find 12 Sag in your birth chart and tie it in with this solar chart. Now, it's an eclipse. And whenever we have an eclipse, we feel the effects about a couple of weeks beforehand. It is strongest 3 to 4 months after it occurs. And it's in effect until the next pair of eclipses come along. Last month, we had an eclipse in November. And so you want to perhaps look at that video again, because you want to tie these two eclipses, the one on December 4th and the one in November, together. Okay, so this helps your career move up. Everything I said about your career amplified. 2 weeks later, we have a full moon on somewhere between the 18th and the 19th of the month, depending on where you live in the world. It's in 27 Gemini, and it is in the 4th house of home, family, and real estate. So all this career stuff and Jupiter on the ascendant saying, I'm so happy, I'm going to do what I want my way. And with Jupiter there, you may find that you are listening more and more to instructions from God, which would be gorgeous. The full moon brings things to a head. And that's, again, between the 18th and 19th, shortly before Christmas. And so this is you wanting to be at home, perhaps with family, perhaps dealing in real estate, buying or selling, doesn't matter. But this is a terrific eclipse that helps you get away from your career and find the comfort of home that you want. So that is your glorious forecast. I love it. And I hope you'll join me next month when once again, I take a look at your chart. and give you pointers. And so, till we meet again, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.